everyone, I'm Jane from Shoebox Studio and I'm finally back for a little bit, sort of. Sorry I've been a bit absent lately. I've had kiln problems, which have been fun trying to diagnose what's going on. They keeps tripping our breaker, we're not sure why. Trying another thing now, the problem is it's not tripping the breaker until it gets to about 9 hours into the firing, so it's really hard to diagnose what's going on when it's doing that. If you've got any ideas, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. We are trying, we've changed to relay now, trying again, so we'll find out again tonight in about 9 hours time whether it is actually working. It's put me under a bit of a stress, simply because I finally have a market this weekend, first one for the year, and now I'm sort of really going to be a bit short on stock, but anyway, it is what it is, so we'll just go with it. So what I have here is a kiln opening of sorts. So the problem is these didn't get to full temperature, so they didn't even make a cone 5. They only made it to 1085 degrees, I think it was, which isn't enough. But the glazes looked nice, and so I thought, you know what, I'm going to test them. Because some of them went through twice and still the kiln kept cutting out before it got to top temperature, so they've never made it to top temperature. So I actually ended up doing seepage tests on all of them, where that's where you get your mug sitting on some paper towel. You then pour boiling water into it and leave it sit on top of that paper towel for as long as you possibly can. I did mine over, well, a day and a bit. So they were well over 24 hours. They sat on that paper towel. There was no leaks, no seeping. So I'm going with it. But in saying that, these glazes won't be exactly accurate as to what they would be if they were at a cone 5 firing. So I don't know, take it as you will. Some of them are so pretty still anyway. So and these are just the ones I decided to just go with and not fire again. So let's get started. So as you can notice, I'm not at my kiln, obviously. So, let's start with these guys. So, now my camera doesn't want to focus. Why are you not focusing? There we go. Okay. So these ones I know the colours off, because this is 2 by Amaco's Honey Flux all over, and then 2 by Mayco's Purple Astra up the top here. Now you can see the Honey Flux isn't quite the right colour, that's a bit more peachy than it usually is. So there's 2 of them. But they're still sort of pretty enough that I think someone would like them. But they're not as glossy as they'd usually be a lot glossier. So yeah, just 2 mugs in that combination. These ones are pretty glossy, but I think that has something to do with the amaryllis. I don't know. Well, no, I was thinking it had jongleurs, but it doesn't. Okay, so these ones are 2 by Honey Flux by Amaco and 2 by Amaryllis by Mayco. So they're quite pretty. There's that one. And then there's this big cappuccino type mug. So yeah, they're quite nice. So we went with it. This little espresso mug, now I know these should have been a bit meltier, so they should have melted a bit more than what they have. So here we have, on the bottom half is 2 by Mayco's Midnight Rain. On the top half is 2 by Amaco's Blue Midnight, and then the bit that you can see up the top here is Micro Pearl, Mayco's Micro Pearl, but yeah, that's definitely not the right colour. So I didn't get any crystallization from my Micro Pearl, obviously, because it didn't get hot enough. But again, as I said, I've tested all of these, and none of them have had any seepage problems whatsoever. There's another one we've got 2 of. This one is 2 by Amaco's Arctic Blue all over, 2 by Mayco's Blue Hydrangea at the for the top, sort of down halfway, and then 2 by Spectrum's Pearl White at the rim there. So there is 2 of them, and they're still quite pretty, but again probably not as melty as they'd usually be. But passed the seepage test, so we're going with it. It was either that or cancel the market, so I didn't want to cancel my first market of the year. So. Okay, these ones are quite pretty. So they are 2 by Mayco's Pink Opal. That's about 2/3 of the way up. I went with that. And then at the top third with an overlap was Spectrum's Autumn Purple. So it overlapped so the Pink Opal probably goes to about there. Autumn Purple overlapped, plus there's a little bit of, well, there won't be a lot of run there because it didn't get hot enough to really move much. And then also over that is 2 by Jungle Gem's Pink Pixie. So it wasn't quite covering the Autumn Purple, but that's really pretty. I really like them. So there is also 2 of that one. It's actually quite nice. I like them. Okay, then we have, I've got one of these back in the kiln trying to refire at a full cone, at the full cone 5, so we will see how different they are, I guess. Well, we might. This one might sell at the market and I won't be able to see it again, but I guess we'll be able to look back at the video. So this one is 2 by Spectrum's Fuzzy Peach for the bottom sort of 2/3 again, up to about there. So, yep. And then the top third is Tiger Lily by Cyote, so to about there, and it would have overlapped a little bit. And then we have Nat's favourite, Nat from Mud Magic's favourite, Poppy Fields Jungle Gems over the top as well. So it's come out quite pretty for an orangey sort of mug. I was just trying to get some different colours, thought an orange might be nice. Then we have these guys, a bit of a darker one. So these are 2 by Spectrum's Louisiana Bayou, all over. 2 by Amaco's Blue Midnight to about there, and 2 by Mayco's Galaxy to about there. So they're quite nice for a darker sort of mug. My husband really liked these ones. But yeah, you can sort of see the crystals haven't quite melted as much as they would at a proper cone 5. Okay, then these next 6 are ones that have got to have charms put on them. So they're not quite finished, they've got to have charms and some luster. But that is so pretty. And honestly, if I had to put that back in, it was probably going to come off the bottom. So it's funny, I'm really surprised how much these glazes did really activate at that lower temperature. I really didn't think they'd move at all. And yeah, and I thought there'd be glaze imperfections, but there isn't any glaze imperfection as such. They're just probably not what they would be at a full proper cone 5. But this one is 2 by Spectrum's Floating Turquoise all over, 2 by Amaco's Textured Turquoise, sort of about halfway down from the top, and then 2 by Mayco's Frosted Lemon, just at the top here. So they're so pretty. Oh, there's another one that's not actually the same, but it's very similar. So I love that. That's actually really come out really nice. So this one's pretty similar, just a little bit of a different method, I think. Yes, so with that one I started, the first one I had the floating turquoise all the way over the whole mug first. This one I've done just the top half floating turquoise by 2 and floating turquoise by Spectrum. The bottom half is, sorry, other way around. 2 by floating turquoise on the bottom 2/3 up to about here, and then the top third is Amaco's textured turquoise. Textured turquoise I'm having troubles with at the moment. It's different. Like the new ones seem to be very different. I'm not getting the same pretty colours, but again, hasn't got to temperature, so I can't really judge it too much on this. And then it's also got the frosted lemon over the top of the textured turquoise on top here. So yeah, definitely like the effect on the other one better. Mainly because you don't get that weird browny colour of the textured turquoise coming through. These are another one my husband loved, but I also know these aren't quite right because it's got my favourite glaze in there, my micro pearl, which hasn't done what it usually does. So these ones are 2 by Midnight Rain by Mayco on the bottom half, 2 by Amaco's Blue Midnight on the top half, and then drips of micro pearl. So that's what those drips are. They're supposed to be the micro pearl, but as you can see, they're not the right colour, but I'm going with it. If they don't sort of sell, I can always put them back in, refire, and see what I get anyway. But I thought I may as well try them. So yep, they'll have a little charm hanging up here, a little moon. So there is 2 of them. Okay. I have such a mess here in front of me, it's crazy. But anyway. Okay, it's about where my brain is at the moment, a mess. Okay, these are really pretty. Again, not going to be totally accurate to what they should be, but I think they're pretty close. Okay, so these are 2 by Spectrum's Autumn Purple all over, then 2 by Mayco's Amaryllis on the top. So that has actually moved quite a bit, that amaryllis, because I think I only did it sort of to here. You can see it's already actually moved, oh you can on the back a bit more. You can see it's moved down. And then inside was the Textured Burgundy by Spectrum. And then it's also got the amaryllis coming in there as well over the edge. So I really like that Textured Burgundy in there at that temperature. It's come out really pretty. Which is good because I've accidentally got 2 Textured Burgundy. I don't know why I ordered another one. I already had one that I had hardly touched. But looking at it there, I think it'll be getting a lot more use. So there is 2 of them as well. So just that one again is 2 by Spectrum's Autumn Purple all over, then 2 by Mayco's Amaryllis at the top, and inside the Textured Burgundy by Spectrum. So they're quite pretty. Okay, so that's all the mugs that I've kept from this lot. There is another lot going through at the moment. Oh, actually, there is one more here. Just this little soft fella, but he needs some fixing up. His eyes haven't worked, and I don't know if that's a heat thing or not. But all he is just blue rutile, or rutile, whatever you want to call it, on a texture mug. And a little sloth who needs some fixing up. His eyes are weird. Okay, so that's all mugs, I think. I don't know, I've got such a jumble in front of me, I can't tell. Then we have some little mushies. So I did these ones a little bit bigger. So these are really cute. So they're on that yellow gold clay. There's 3 of them. And I believe they are Mayco Stroke and Coat Hot Tamale Speckled. So they've come out now. So that is going to be okay. Like that colour is pretty accurate because it is a Stroke and Coat which matures at cone 06. So they got to that. So that colour is accurate, but the clay is not quite as toasty as it would usually be at the cone 5. And then we have these little mushrooms, which were just under glaze. So again, the colour is pretty accurate. So on the yellow gold clay again, and just red from Amaco's Velvet Underglaze range, just called red. The dots on them though are that Wizard Glazes gloop. So they're raised. I don't know if you can tell that by that, but they're 3-dimensional. And they've come out pretty cute. I think the glue is supposed to be a cone 5 at least, but for this it sort of worked out fine. There's actually 3 of those mushrooms, but I've lost the third one. Oh, there he is, hiding over there. So yeah, as I said, these ones are a little bit bigger than the ones I usually make, and they're made a little differently. If you're interested in a tutorial on them, just the difference, I'm happy to do one for you, just let me know. But I'll sell them, they are going to be sold as 3. I'm not going to separate them, they're not going to be sold individually. I'll sell them as a set of 3, those 2 lots. And then the last little things we have are some little bunnies. These have come out so cute. I'm really happy with these. And of course they don't need to be vitrified anyway, but it seems the clay is done, so anyway. Aren't they sweet? I am so happy with these little bunnies. Little tail. Actually, which is one with the butt? This one's got a butt crack. I forgot to put butt cracks on the other ones, and I wish I did because it looks so cute. So these little rabbits are done with, again, that yellow gold clay. Then I wiped back manganese wash on them. So just paint them all in manganese wash, wiped it back, and then there's just a little bit of blush Mayco elements under glaze on their noses and in their ears just a little bit, but I wasn't worried about too much colour. But they've come out so cute. I'm so happy with them. So yep, there's 2. There's a third one about that size. And they're all different, all got their own little personalities. So there's those 3 in those bigger ones. 2 more with the yellow gold clay and these little baby ones. So same thing, manganese wash, white back, and then the blush on the nose and in the ears. And then I did some with a white clay by Walker's, I think it is. Just a really groggy clay, and I just had a little bit left over, so I was playing with it. So they're quite cute too. They actually came out different to what I expected. It's got a real, it almost looks like they've got a white wash on them, but they don't. That is the clay at the temperature at the 1085 degrees or whatever. But they're so cute. They're, yeah, again they had some manganese wash wiped back in them as well on the texture. So is that the one? And then there's a few of the other little, just little ball rabbits, so they don't have a neck and head as such. They're sort of just one piece. Again, if it's something you'd like a tutorial in, let me know. And then there's this little one who doesn't have any arms because he was one of the earlier ones. So actually these 2 that so this one and this one were the first 2 that I made. This one has got some cottontail, speckled cottontail stroke and coat. He's not focusing, just a second. But he's got no arms and he looks more like a dog, but that's okay. And that one was just the raw clay again. Yeah, so that's all I've got to show you at the moment. Kiln's on again now, so we're just fingers crossed, come on, make it through. But as I said, I won't know till tonight. Not going to be ready for the markets tomorrow. I won't be able to unload it before then. So I'm a little shorter on stock than I'd like to be, because again, even these charm mugs, even though I've got them out, they're not complete because they still need a luster fire and they need their little moons. The little moons haven't even been fired yet, so they're not even part of what's going to the market. So I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 throw-on mugs that are coming with me, and then there's about that in hand-built mugs as well, and a few other bits and pieces that I had. Disappointing, but this is how things go, isn't it? Just, you don't know what's going to happen. So it's been a bit of a rough week. I've been feeling pretty down, but I have to remind myself there's people going through a lot worse at the moment. I mean, in our own community, Kim and Todd at the moment with their grandson. Oh, you can get emotional. Like, I've had problems this week with my kiln. They're having problems with their grandchild. Like, who's very unwell. So I've just got to keep things in perspective and just look at it as in, you know, I'm having kiln problems. It's not the end of the world. There's people in much worse situations, okay? So I just got to flow, just go with it, and the kiln will be fixed. And hopefully Kim and Todd from Unseth Pottery, their grandson, gets better soon. Oh, I'm sending so many good vibes their way. So yeah, well, okay, didn't know I was getting emotional in this, but yes. So thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe if you're new here. Apologies, this isn't what my kiln openings usually are. It's usually a nice big kiln load at the kiln, excited, but this one's a bit different. So it's just, I wanted to show you before I took them to the markets. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Please comment. I love your comments, and I endeavour to answer every one of them. If I've missed you in some way answering a comment, please let me know, because it's probably just that I've missed the notification. So, and I want to get back to everyone. So thank you very much for being here, and I will hopefully catch you again very soon for another video. Okay, thank you. Bye.